As everyone knows, our fearless leader, Coach Fisher, is no longer with us. Neither is Jim Reynolds. And you guys were very fortunate to have Bob Fisher as your head football coach. A lot of you know him pretty well. Bobby coached with him for a number of years. He probably loved the game of football as much as anybody I've ever known. Boy, he would almost sleep on it, dream about it. We had many hours of discussions in the office downstairs that we shared together. Jim Reynolds, another great guy, assistant football coach, track coach. And here tonight also, he better be here. I haven't seen him. Coach Lee. Okay, well, anyway, Coach Lee had promised that he would be here tonight, but he's going through some health issues, so that could be a problem. I don't know. Joe Sturgis is also an assistant coach that was on staff, and he's with us. He's back here in the back. And I'd like to thank the selection committee that picked the 71 football team to be part of the Fulton Wall of Fame member. And that is, I'd like to give the selection committee a hand because they are here tonight, if you would. You know, we had a terrific season. You guys had a terrific season, right down to the wire. And that was a very, very quiet bunch of guys when we went to the shower. Coach Fisher used to tell us, didn't have to do it but once this last year, but anytime we would lose, he'd want you to leave it in the shower, boy. Leave it in the shower. And, but anyway, we've got stories probably on every guy in here. Cecil Brandt probably has one of the best stories for him.
Of course.
Daryl Davis can probably tell the story the best. We might have to have him do that, I'm not sure. They stopped when Coach Fisher basically stopped coaching football. You guys traveled in class back then. Greyhound bus, pre-game meal, after-game meal, and well, always was the blazer.
Suit and tie, Justin Timberlake.
What color was the tie?
I know.
Black and gold. That's right. You know, just looking out, thinking back the years, I came to Fulton in '68. That's when you guys were freshmen. We shouldn't. Anyway, this it was truly enjoyable coaching with you guys. There's one of you that was sort of labeled the coach's pet. Anyway, I won't mention these names, but we wouldn't have traded him. I wouldn't have traded him for anybody. We had a big horse and a little horse on that team. I don't have to say who the big horse was. He was in the backfield. He may have been the best running back in the state of Missouri. And the little horse, he did a lot of things himself. But the idea that our team, I was asked many times after the season was over, I said, other coaches said, where do you guys get all these players? Good players. And I said, well, we have good parents in Fulton. And we had the genetics, and we had guys that came out of homes that the old man ruled the roost. And that was important. it's easy to coach a guy if they listen. And I would say overall, you guys were a bunch of listeners. We have guys that left school, went into coaching. One guy was a defensive end, went to Kirksville, went to Columbia Hickman, was an art teacher, good football player. He's a little heavier now from what he was at 160. And we had a center that I don't remember him ever bobbling a snap. Brent Miller, Dennis Nicholson, super kid, went over to Jeff City, taught, I believe, physics, algebra. He may have his doctorate degree now, do you? Doctorate degree. There was Percy McBride. He always liked to have a little competition on who was scoring the most points. And, but anyway, as far as, you know, there's one other guy. Did he make it? One of our guards. Delbert Hampton was one guard, and the other guard, Dennis Potter. Did he make it? Nobody seen Dennis? Super kid. But anyway, let's see, Rick Means, I'm mentioning this frontliners.
Don't forget our linebacker right there, brother.
Hey, he's
The Rock right there.
all by himself.
Yeah. Say the best for last there.
But anyway, it was truly enjoyable coaching these guys. You know, every team, you've got some good players, you've got average players, and then you have some bench warmers. We never had any bench warmers that last year because the offense was so potent. They only played about half the games, and then here comes the relief people in. And so therefore, they are backups for this team. And the good players, a lot of those. But what I remember most about them was they were coachable. You guys were coachable. And that goes a long, long ways. Most coaches would take somebody coachable well before he would take a super athlete that you couldn't talk to. And we didn't have that. But anyway, it's a great coaching and work with you guys. You deserve definitely being inducted into the full Hall of Fame, Wall of Fame, we'll say. And I'm glad to see some of them I almost didn't recognize, but sometimes that comes with memory. But anyway, I hope you have those people that are already on the wall. Appreciate you guys coming, and hopefully you guys will be back next year. Let's have, before we quit, a couple moments of silence for Coach Fisher, Coach Reynolds,